This is Professor Ranjan Das from Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta, and I'm also the chairman of the Strategy Academy, India's first digital academy that delivers life management program to you anywhere in the world. Today I'm going to introduce a subject called strategic management. It's a 30-hour course, and today is just an introduction. I'm going to tell you what we are going to cover in this 30 hours course, and after that we'll have one by one topic coming up. I'm very happy to see that there are several people from all over the world have joined this session. I can clearly see Ramakrishna from Germany. Hi, good evening. Qureshi from Pakistan. He's posted right now in Qatar. And we have got, hi, Jerry. Jerry is from China. He's in Thailand. I can see Maini from Pune. Muskan. Hi, Muskan. Muskan is from United States of America. Good evening to you. Good morning to you, Muskan. And Devdatta from IIM Calcutta, is in CSC Calcutta, and John from UK NIT Limited. Today I'm going to cover the following topics for the day. As I mentioned to you, today is the first day of the session, and the agenda for discussion is 5 or 6 topics. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just an introduction. Each of these topics will be taken up subsequent session, but I'm going to talk to you briefly so that you know what is there in this course. The topics I've chosen for today's discussion is reality of the new business context. Next is why do you need to be strategic? This course is on strategic management and why do you need to be strategic. Then you're going to talk about characteristics of strategic decision. And after that we take different types of strategy called portfolio strategy, business strategy, functional strategy and operational strategy. And once I'm through with that, we'll be talking about strategy development process and followed by strategy execution. Each of these topics will be covered in subsequent session, but today just an introduction, ladies and gentlemen. In the meantime, I can see some question coming in from Qureshi from Pakistan. He's from Qatar Oxygen in Doha, and he's asking question, will you be covering competitive strategy? Yes, Qureshi is coming under the topic called business strategy. And Muskan from United States, she's asking whether I'll be covering mergers and acquisition. Muskan, mergers and acquisition is a subject by itself. The Strategy Academy teaches, but it will be just touching a brief under the topic called strategy development process. But essentially, we are not going to cover this topic in this course. Maini from Pune is asking whether the strategy models, there are various types of strategy models, will be covered in the course, and I confirm that yes, this will be covered again under strategy development process. Oh, Ramakrishna from Germany, Bosch, he's asking whether game theory and strategy will be covered. Yes, Ramakrishna, that will be covered under strategy development process. That particular topic is a very complex topic, very wide topic. Thank you very much for your involvement. You can see clearly people from all over the world have joined this session, and we are going to the first item for the day. Is called reality of the new business context. I'm going to argue with you because of these several changes that you can see on the PowerPoint presentation. The world has become very uncertain and we need to be strategic. We need to have a strategy in place in order to be successful. The main developments are the customers are not just demanding, but they are also having infinite options. You know about it. I'll discuss that point later. The competition is intensifying, that everybody knows about it, but the new development is there are new sources of competition. You know what's happening to airlines industry, you know what's happening to hotel industry. They're being impacted very adversely by the growing demand for a growing usefulness of the video conferencing industry. The resources are not just limited, that everybody knows resources are limited, but the real stuff is the resources are migrating, and one of the resources we are doing a lot of havoc with many companies, not just IT companies, but many companies that are talented people are leaving very frequently. The fourth one that's happening today, and for that you need strategy, is that investors are not only dissatisfied, they're getting impatient, and that's a bad news for the management team. All put together, both huge opportunities and risk are existing simultaneously, and that's an important observation I'm making. The business context is evolving at a rapid pace, and we are opening up both opportunities and risk. You need strategy for both. You need strategy to exploit the opportunities. You also need strategy to hedge against risk. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why we are saying increasingly that companies have to be strategic, and so also managers. If you are going to start a business on your own, you need strategy. The strategy is a basic thing. Now I can see a question that Jerry Ju from China, he's asking a question whether all these changes are affecting all the industries. Absolutely, Jerry is absolutely. Look at what's happening in China. So many industries are doing well, but also many industries are not doing well. In India too, the same story is happening, and the difference is not because of the difference between India and China. Is because successful companies both in India and China are following the right strategy, and that those who are not successful, they are not following the right strategy. And Dev Datta from CSC Limited, Calcutta, and he say, how do we find opportunity and risk simultaneously? And Dev Datta, that's a very valid question. We have this problem all the time. When I do strategy consulting, these questions are put to me many a times. Yes, Dev Datta, we teach you both. As a matter of fact, one of the things you must be very strong is identifying opportunities on one hand and what kind of strategy you should follow. On the other hand, you should be also assessing what kind of risk you face and what you should be doing to hedge against the risk. Having said that, I go to the next item for the day is that why do you need to be strategic? Why do you need a strategic perspective? I must tell you at this point of time that our organizations and our strategy must look differently and smartly. These two words appear to be English word, differently and smartly, and these two words have a huge meaning in the field of strategy. Your strategy has to be different and smart in the eyes of customers. Customers must love you for both. At the same time, your competition should not be able to copy you easily. Please remember that's why strategy makes our business and organization look and perform differently. As a matter of fact, if you are not different in the long haul, you will not be able to successful. In other words, strategy is all about sustainability over long run. Strategy is all about being different and being smart. And that's a very important question. I want to ask you a question, ladies and gentlemen, and a good question came from Saurav, and I think John is also asking a good question, what is strategic? John, to put it very simply, and his entire course is on the subject of strategy. Being strategic means you are in the long term, the kind of stance you are taking that will be sustainable. Your company will be, or your business will be different and smart, and the competition will find it extremely difficult to copy you, and your customers will love it. I know it's very easy to say, and that's what I'm going to teach you in this course. And I think Saurav from India, Supreme Industries, he is saying, why are you emphasizing the word different? Saurav, every time you talk about strategy, is all about being different. Different so much so that people should not be able to copy. What I'm going to ask you, and a question to you, can you apply this concept, the one kind of thing I told you just one slide before, the kind of things is happening in every industry? Can you prepare some examples for me so that you can answer me one by one? How many of these are applicable in your business context? I wait for your feedback.